I want to answer this question. Why do people say you should wait a couple weeks for you to start figuring out what to do on your site? Well, I have a tendency to try to fix what's broken immediately. So I don't like to listen to what people say. I want to figure out what to do now and things like that. But there is some truth to why you need to wait. And here, plain and simple, Google Search Console shows you exactly what had happened. So here on the 18th, the 19th, 77, 74, 88, right? It's taking a while for Google Search Console to tell you what's happening. So here you can see that some of the sites or URL or article that you've been ranking for just suddenly stop crawled, currently not indexed. So now you can see a lot of the pages that got removed from Google. Now you could analyze them and so forth. Same thing with Discover currently not indexed. Not as much. This has been slowly growing down because of my interlinking. Same as here. A lot of interlinking helped with making sure that Google is crawling my sites properly, ranking my sites properly. But now with the spam update, you can see that some of the content has been de-indexed. So now I can see which of those are the culprit and then analyze what I need to do with that content to make it better, make it more unique, make it more stand out, make it more helpful, and things like that. So, yeah, it does take a while, right? However, I'm using a software called Labrinca, which is a very cool software. You could find the link below if you want to use it. But let me just kind of show you crawler stat here. This is probably something that I use personally every week. Well, not with this one. Every week, what's the problem? This is the first thing I see uh, besides the ranking, because I'm not checking on the ranking. I'm just trying to check on what's going on with the site, what's wrong technically. Everything's set. Everything once you perform more technical SEO, it's not really hard to kind of maintain that. And you could use this type of tool to kind of go through all of that. And this tool has a lot of the stuff you could do to optimize your content and things like that. Hopefully, I give you a walkthrough of this software. But yeah, this is the most important one. Here you can see page index by Google is 580. Number of pages crawled by a crawler, 547. So some of the category pages and things like that created, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, created more pages or indexed category pages. That's why it's going up. But now I can see here November 1st, or I could have done this sooner, but I didn't. You could see a big significant drop of page index by Google versus the number of pages crawled. So now I could show, or I'm not going to show you my site, but this is, I can see now the amount of sites that got the index. Now I can see it. Same thing here. Unless you don't want to use Fabrica, you could use this to determine, but it's kind of hard to decipher with Google Search Console because you have to look at the dates. The new dates, and the new dates doesn't take takes a while for them to kind of create this report. So this is why I use Fabrica. You could use the light version, business version, whatever. If you have more bigger sites, I think this is good enough for one site, two site. I have like 20, 30 different sites. So I use this one. Yeah, e-commerce. So yeah. The other thing is using Ahref, right? Because Ahref, unless you're tracking them every week, you if you use the organic keywords section of Ahrefs, you could pull the data, but the data is it takes a long time. Um, so, and these aren't the most accurate because I went, here's one of the example. I can't see my site. So yeah, these are kind of inaccurate because I lost most of them. So this is why you need two different tools or more to kind of decipher what's happening with your site. So, but here you can see we still have good amount of pages indexed by Google, which is 400. Obviously, 143 pages are de-indexed. Now I could every day I'll be running the report. So if you do have this, make sure you have good amount of crawling credits and determine just how much of it is going down, and then analyze it and then review it, re-optimize it, do content brief to make sure that everything is you're creating the most helpful content, review grammar errors, making sure that you don't just kind of pick and choose. People also ask and just copy that and kind of do the same thing as everyone else. Just maybe, yeah, my plan is to review them, make sure that I'm not giving the shortest answer possible to nail in the questions. So if I go here, can I take Excedrin migraine after ibuprofen? Obviously, this is more authoritative compared to mine. So, but I'm still gonna answer or kind of try to formulate the content better so that it's not. I think because so much of the feature snippets have been removed, I'm going to go away from targeting feature snippets and just writing content for the sake of content. I am convinced that just creating a FAQ section or using RankNet FAQ schema, I'm totally removing that, and I'm just kind of creating. So if can I take Excedrin migraine after ibuprofen? Obviously, I will answer that, but I'm going to do a more thorough research on the content versus just answering the snippet or trying to fine tune it. Because if we try to answer a similar thing as the feature snippet, is it going to be considered spam? Because spam, in essence, is somewhat scraped content because you're answering the same exact feature snippet. So I'm trying to reverse engineer how a feature snippet works, not by copying what's been shown, but how to focus on the content to rank for this query and answer a lot of these questions in more of a conversational way versus creating FAQs or section dedicated to that and creating bold letters or things like that. So I'm thinking about Quora has been increasingly doing better because they don't do structured here. So if you go here, you have so many different answers here. So here are the results of these answers in different situations, right? So different scenarios. I think that will be making more sense to be more concise, to be more helpful. So how long after taking ibuprofen can you take Excedrin migraine? Maybe I need to start thinking about in the morning or before after you eat, or just being living more better in forming that content versus feature snippet. And I think uh, hopefully this test is going to help me realize that that's the way it's supposed to do, or that we should be doing now, because I'm trying to figure out what helpful content really is, because you're not helpful content is not really about answering feature snippet, right? You're trying to the main goal is, will they leave knowing all the information that should be provided versus going to another search uh, article to find another answer. So Quora does a really good job of trying to answer in different variations. So how long should someone wait after taking Excedrin migraine? What happens if I mix migraine and ibuprofen together? Um, so a better form of a better content brief, better structure of the content, and I'm not going to tackle on feature snippets at all. That is what I'm coming to a conclusion at, because again, feature snippets, if you copy the formality of it, I think that's going to be considered spam, because I have no other way to decipher this unless we point the same research, but I don't see a research here on. Let's look at the top one, right? So do they have any back external link source? No. No. But they did answer something. Can you double up on painkillers? So that is the primary goal for this answer. So I need to reevaluate the content strategy, because I've been focusing on feature snippets and creating a bunch of FAQs and trying to tackle every people also ask. So now, yeah, that is what my thought process is. What are your thoughts? Please leave a comment below, and have a good one.